Sometimes just pretending everything is fine with your team and constantly just over motivating them will actually start deteriorating their confidence. You need to make sure that you are completely, not just always telling them rainbows and sunshines about themselves, like telling them that they're the best individuals on the planet to motivate them. Instead, try this next time. Meet up with with your team member in a one-on-one. In that one-on-one meeting, I want you to go ahead and constructively tell them 2 to 3 things after really thinking through that. Tell them 2 to 3 things that you are noticing or observing that are missing today from what they're doing. Because I've read this in this book called Mindset by Carol S. Dweck, that sometimes what happens is when you're constantly just motivating your people and they're actually not performing well, what happens is then their confidence starts getting their confidence starts falling apart. Why? Because they start thinking you're just you're just pretending everything is fine when it's not. There is definitely something missing that they can see every single day. They're missing out on prospects, they're missing out on their callbacks, they're having these all of these challenges. But just because you're not calling those out, they might even start thinking that you're not even paying attention. So you need to be constructively giving them direction as well. Tell them what's wrong, observe them critically, and figure out what 2 to 3 things you can tell them to do better. And remember this: any problem that you can identify can always be cultivated, can always be improved. But as long as you're not cultivating, as long as you're not identifying the problem and you're constantly pretending everything's fine, then that is going to actually start having the opposite impact from what you were expecting it to do. Basically, your team's confidence will start getting shattered. They will start thinking you're not paying attention. They will start thinking that you're not guiding them properly. And they'll quietly always be noticing the problems that they're struggling with, the mistakes that they're making. But just because you're not calling them out, they'll just think that you're not even paying attention. So be extremely be extremely transparent with your team. Tell them what you think is not working out and work with them to improve that, because anything can be cultivated, anything can be improved, but you need to identify what that anything